Hello. Hi. I kind of want to fix my hair a little bit. It's looking a little weird. Okay. That's cute, right? Nice. Okay. Okay. Hi. Welcome to my space. Today, I'm gonna do my makeup because I wanna turn myself into a pretty girl. I'm a beautiful girl, right? When I look like this. But, okay, I also wanna kind of manifest the face of a pretty girl. So that's what we're gonna do with our makeup today. I'm really excited. It is July 4th, 2022, I think. And it's 5:59 p.m. I have Stranger Things paused on my television. I'm on season 4, chapter 8. Honestly, we can talk a little bit about Stranger Things. It might be a little bit of a spoiler if you haven't watched it. But I'm just gonna do my makeup and like talk about whatever the day brings into my path, okay? So, this is Pore Minimizing Primer by Ruby Kisses. You know, I haven't done my makeup in like ages, if I'm being honest. Like, I already washed my face and I put some moisturizer on it. I like Hydro Boost moisturizer by Neutrogena. It's cool, you know. But yeah, I haven't done my makeup in like ages. What feels like, should I put my hair back? Maybe when I get to the important stuff, or should I do it now? I think I'm gonna chill. Okay. Anyways, I'm like, should I plug my dead hairs? You can't really see them, I don't think, on camera. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, I haven't done my makeup in ages, you know. Just like sometimes I go on strike, you know, when it comes to makeup, because I see it more as like an art form than anything else. So when I say like I want to make myself into a pretty girl, I literally just mean like I'm gonna use my face to create another face that will personify all that I am when I use my face as a canvas to create art. And when I'm not using my face as a canvas, I already am art. Okay. This is a sacred practice happening here in this moment. I just wanted to speak that because to me, this is kind of a form of a prayer. Anytime I am creatively expressing myself, I see it as a very meditative and again, sort of sacred practice. I want to start with my eyeshadow. Should I? I want to do like a cut crease. Should I prime my eyes? I think I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna go in with this Saharan palette by Juvia's, and then I'm gonna take Katsina, and we're just gonna plop her all over my lid. Little clip. I was saying that I was watching Stranger Things, and this might be like a little bit of a spoiler, you know. I'm literally just coating my entire lid with this Katsina color just to give me like, you know, a beginning. You know, we need a beginning, just something to kind of create a gateway into the universe we're trying to get here on our eyes, okay? Again, watching Stranger Things. And, you know, I'm not gonna go into depth about the, like, actual storyline, but I just kind of want to, like, say how I feel about it in general, like, so far. I really feel like in the beginning, I was so, like, a little bit underwhelmed because, well, like, I think just in general, the like age of film that we're in right now is honestly not the most inspiring, you know, like just in general, but the storylines are out of this world. Okay, I felt the same way about the Matrix Resurrections. I was gonna say Matrix Revelations. Okay, but right now we're talking about Stranger Things. I can also talk about the Matrix Resurrections. I was gonna say Revelations again. Okay, now I'm going to take a more, I was using a brush like this one. I'm gonna use something a little bit more defined like this, you know. I'll put them together so you can see. Do you see the difference? Yes, so I'm gonna use this one now. I was gonna do green, like a green eye look, but it doesn't really match with my shirt. And I mean, I can always take my shirt off, but like, what am I doing? Do I still want to go with a green look? I'm taking the Masquerade by Juvia's, and I am going to go in with this very beautiful brown color down here. It's called Fulani. I'm gonna take Fulani, and I'm gonna put her in my crease to give us some bit of definition in that space. So yes, I just think that this like day and age of film is just like not as inspiring, but I do think like right now, just with arts in general, like culture as a general kind of thing, like as the human race collectively, as we make art, you know, I think just in general, like whether it's music, film, fashion, I feel like this is a buffer moment. Like I feel like the universe is like buffering and like the action is just about to like start, but I think right now things aren't just as, you know, inspiring. But, you know, again, it is art. So this is somebody's creative self-expression that I'm talking about here. So I still, you know, want to like honor the sort of creativity in general, like the use of creativity to express the self. I have respect for it, even if I personally am like not doing jumping jacks over the artwork, okay? But I'm saying this all because Stranger Things in general, like when this season kind of first began, I was so like, I really didn't like the imagery of how they were kind of illustrating and portraying the plot. It just like, and then also it reminded me of It, like the movie It with the clown. So I've been literally like going back and forth between watching it and not watching it. But I will say that again, The script is incredible and the actors are incredible. It's really just like, I'm going back in with this Saharan by Juvia's. I'm gonna go back into that Katsina color and kind of just blend what I just did on my eyelids. I'm gonna blend it together. But here, like, blend my crease color here. Just blend it up, you know. And then, you know, just kind of like literally blow it out. Yes, the script is impeccable. Like, the plot itself, oh, it's amazing. Like, but I think it's just the imagery that is really kind of throwing it off for me. So I've been like really just trying to pay more attention to the writing. Like, the writing of the script is incredible. Like, oh my gosh. And the actors are phenomenal at, you know, like, playing their role. And I love that. But like I was saying, I kind of felt the same way about The Matrix Resurrection, where like the storyline, incredible. The imagery, not really my cup of tea, you know. It's just like But again, like I said, this is someone's creative self-expression. So just because I'm not seeing the vision doesn't mean like their vision isn't, you know, like, seen. Okay, I think I want to do green because, like, why not, you know? Do I want to deepen that crease a little bit? I do, actually, just a little bit. Like, she's looking a little shy up there, you know. I kind of want to go in with this Jamila color to add like a pop, just a little hint, and take it like in my crease, you know. I want to stay away from this black but I think I'm gonna use it after I finish with this Jamila color. I think I'm gonna go in with the black. So yes, I think The Matrix Resurrection was beautiful. I feel like these storylines would be amazing as like books where like I could cultivate my own imagery, because I just don't think that the images that are being supplied are really sufficient for how beautifully written the script is, you know. But then again, like, we are dealing with human art, so there's only but so much like the brain can portray, especially when you're dealing with like extraterrestrial alternative universes and all those things, you know. There's only but so much the human can do to kind of really illustrate these concepts. But I still feel like there are ways to achieve, you know, and I think that we're getting better, you know, with our scripting. Like, whoa, okay, I see you. You know, the most important thing is building of the color. It still looks very natural right now, but, you know, it's important to kind of practice patience and like taking your time, you know, because it's not really about the finished product, but about what you learned, what you are learning, and how you are applying it. And when, you know, we relate this to makeup, right? As you put on each layer, you get closer and closer to like what you desire. And if you take your time and you exercise patience, you know, you can really do any look that you desire, so long as you're willing to give yourself grace as you are going and not worry about mistakes or anything like that, right? And I feel like a lot of that grace comes from just taking your time. It's almost like a meditative process. It's not like it is a meditative process, if I'm being honest. You know, I feel like anything that allows you to express yourself is a meditation. And it should be taught like that, you know? Meditation in reality is just a tool that is used to express the self in a way that is in alignment with your highest potential. Meditation allows you to understand your thoughts, understand your mannerisms and your behaviors, and the more you are present in the moment, like I said, taking your time, paying attention to the art that you're creating. And this could be anything. This could even be the food that you're eating, right? Actually, I'm going to go in with that black, like I said. Yeah, it could be the food that you're eating. It can be you going on a walk, cleaning your room, doing your makeup, painting a picture, taking pictures of yourself. It doesn't even matter. It's just like, what are you gaining from the process in the present moment? Do you see how little I'm putting? Patience, right? Grace, Chad here. And just, kind of allowing each color to kind of show me what it's capable of. Because, like I said in the beginning, I'm kind of allowing the Deo to guide me through this process of doing my makeup as a sacred practice, right? And the truth is, I have no idea what I'm really gonna look like at the end, but I do have inspiration and intuition and an inner voice that's kind of saying, use that color. And it's little things like that where, as you practice, right, listening to your inner voice, even when it's simple things like doing your makeup, cooking your food, when it says like go slower, or like mix the bowl, or check on the food, or do something, it's like that is a meditation, right? And the more aware you become, the more aligned you will be with your highest good. But awareness takes practice and effort, and again, patience, grace for all that is happening. The truth about life is that mistakes are a false prophecy, right? That you could ever make a mistake. That is a lie that somebody came up with and then passed it on as the truth. And so eons passed by, and now we have generations and generations and generations of artists and human beings who never realized their highest potential because they believe in mistakes, right? They believe that at some point they can do something that is bad. I think no matter how far you are, no matter what you've done in your life, no matter how undesirable your life has been, the creator of life sees all things at the same value. And that value is love. No matter who you are, where you've been, what you're doing with your life. So I'm going in a circular motion, right? There are infinite ways to kind of shape your eye, but here I'm going in like this kind of circular vibe, and then I'm kind of like manifesting this like wing energy by kind of going here and brushing this way and then building, right? It's about the process. In reality, all outcomes are achieved at the moment you realize something is possible. But I was saying that I believe that there are no mistakes, I think that every moment of your life, salvation is available. She's cute. So I'm just building this color. I think that the thing is, if you are still alive, you are worthy of living, right? You are worthy of love. You are worthy of achieving your highest possible dream. If you are still breathing, that means there is a force of life somewhere that believes you are worthy of being granted this infinite experience that we call reality. And no matter what you've been through, if you are still breathing, like I said, you can achieve anything. In a lot of ways, seeing your life as something that is sacred, your own existence as a blessing, right? As a gift, and treating everything you do that way, like it is the key to your salvation. That is how you sanctify everything that you do, even doing your makeup, right? It's about perspective. In reality, that's the only thing we genuinely have control over. But the truth is, there is no control except for the Most High. And the more you increase your awareness to seeing opportunity in everything, I'm taking this higher because I was gonna say I think I'm gonna line it, but I don't think I am actually. Maybe none. If you see everything that you do as a prayer, as a sacred practice, you literally have the key to happiness. Because then at that moment, you will only be putting your energy into the things that you know are for your highest good. Katsina and Jamila. I think I'm gonna mix them. Or actually, I think I'm just gonna go in with Katsina and use it here to kind of clean that girl up. Clean her up, clean her up, clean her up, you know. And then I'm gonna wipe the brush so that I don't, we have a clean brush when we go back in. So we don't want to take any excess color. But we are gonna pretty much buffer this out completely. Like we wanna look like the wind just like came and blew our eyeshadow and it just like beautifully like fused it away. I'm going in circular motions but like backwards. And there's also this thing about giving yourself grace, because we are not designed as human beings to know everything. We're not, right? We're not designed for perfection. That is why we learn lessons to teach us how to enjoy life, what beliefs and ideas and knowledge we need to be wise. And wisdom in reality is having the ability to express yourself in a way that reflects how much you understand who you are in your highest, right? Not just who you think you're worthy of being, but who you were born as, who you were called onto this planet to create. And this is what she's looking like right now. I'm just really diffusing her because I'm gonna put color on top of her. And I think I'm gonna go in with this Jamila color, just a little bit though, to add some of that flare back in at the top. Just a little bit of flare, just a little bit. And they say the truth will set you free. And I went back into the Katsina color, so I'm kind of like bouncing in between these two to kind of create the illusion that I desire from my crease into about my brow bone, They say the truth will set you free. But before that can happen, right, you have to understand a lot of the reason why you aren't free, because that is liberation. When you discover the source of your unhappiness, a lot of the times it will be because of a lack of awareness of the decisions that your higher self is making for you throughout every present moment of now. Because the fact of the matter is your higher self and all that you are is one. Unity. And a lot of the times we're taught to identify who we are based on what we accomplish. I don't believe that. who we are can ever be defined by what we accomplished. I think who we are is set in stone at birth. And I think throughout our life, it is the sort of like part of us that doesn't change, stays the same. No matter how off track we get from our path, from our soul's journey, that part of us will still remain. It will always be where we are in our life, and we can always get to know that person again, right? That's the beauty of life, is that not only are we here to manifest an expression of who we are, but also to each individually practice a way of living, a style of living that will always reveal to us who we are, that will always show us the true nature of our reality beyond what the world is telling us about reality, beyond what the world is telling us about who we are and what we have the capacity to become, what we should believe, what we should think, who we should be. This way of life is our perspective, right? And we cultivate this perspective. Again, the more we see everything that we do as a practice, a sacred practice, even taking a shower, the more you realize and become aware of your inner voice, your inner guidance, the more true your self-expression will become, the more authentic you will be, the more honest you will be with yourself, the more you will be able to perceive your worth, the more you will be able to recognize what your calling is. And this may not be some kind of spiritual religious work. When I say your calling, I mean a form, okay, of self-creativity that answers all of the questions you have about life, about how to live life, about who you are, who you should be, and why. Where did you come from? Where are you going? Infinite gratitude. The truth is that love looks different. The highest form of love looks different for everyone. And it's important to be in alignment with the expression of who you are so that you become the highest form of love in your life. Now, I'm gonna cut my crease. I want to use green for some reason. I have my Athena face painting palette, and I want to go lime green, or should I go dark green? I think I'm gonna go lime, baby, lime. Lime, baby, lime. Lime, baby, lime. Okay. Should I use an angled brush, or should I use like a, one of these bad boys? I think I'm gonna use this one. It's like an angled vibe. And then I'm gonna go right in with this lime green and just have a ball, okay? Have a ball. We just want to mark her, and then we want to look up because, headed eyes. But we want to go high enough, right? So that we can see it. The key here, okay, is to put it high enough so that you can see that it is a crease that is being cut. And the truth is that no matter what your calling is, right, like your way of life that answers all your prayers, you're the only one who has to live it. You are the one who needs the answers. So answer the call, okay? Like answer it, right? Even if it's like weird or no one that you know personally is doing these things. Even if you don't have anybody at all that you know is kind of like doing this, your higher self is doing it, okay? And that's all the force that you need to get through, to succeed in being happy in this life. Because truthfully, your happiness is the only thing that matters. The only thing. Nothing else is of similar value. Like at all. Not even your relationships. I'm just saying. And the fact of the matter is, your relationships should be an expression, right, of your happiness. In reality, they should not be separate. Your relationship should be a way that you are using to express who you are. They should be in alignment with your truth, with your potential. And if they are not, you must do what is for your highest good, because you are the only one who can. So what I'm gonna do here, do I want to do like a wing vibe, or do I want to keep it cute? Actually, I think I'm gonna go here. The process has to be trusted, okay? As you go through your process, right? As you discover your calling, your way of life, right? Your path, the way that you do things, that gives you the answers you need, that keeps you aligned with your truth. The process will not be linear, okay? Just letting you know. And when I say linear, I mean like growth does not only go forward, it goes backwards. It goes up, it goes down, it goes in a circle, it disappears, and then it comes back. That is growth, you know? And as your journey is manifesting changes, it is important that you trust the way, right, that you are living your life. That is why it's important to be the person that you envision and trust your vision. Trust the things that you perceive. Trust your perception, right? Because your sight is gifted. As you go on your own path and you create your own way of life, your awareness is naturally gifted by a great awareness that is giving you access to knowledge, wisdom, understanding that you will need to be successful along your journey. That is why it is important to understand that no matter where you are in your life, every breath is salvation, and to forgive the past. The past must be set free in order for the now to be truly experienced. Who you once were does not define who you will be. Who you once were does not define who you are. And who you are now is only a moment of your existence. Now I'm going to use that same exact brush, and I'm going to go in with the Masquerade Mini by Julia's. It says Mali, the green, pretty like metallic-y type of vibe here. And I'm gonna kind of like rub it, I guess. These mixtures aren't the most ideal. So like I'm kind of just going with what I feel in the moment and working with what I have. I used to think cut creases were like the most intricate makeup thing ever. Until I tried it and I was like, oh, literally, it's just about trusting yourself, as it is with everything in life. Well, something that I've learned is that like your higher self does not expect you to be perfect. No, the perfection is the moment that you have to be who you are, and whatever you create becomes the epitome of your highest like version of yourself. But you have to be fully present, in that moment, and just allow yourself to get through each situation as it comes before you. When you start things, you allow them to end. Even if when you get to the end, you don't feel like you did the best that you could, The fact that you got to the end is the success, right? The fact that you put in effort, that you tried the best you could with the emotions that you were dealt, with the knowledge you had, with the skills and the talents that you have, so long as you give yourself grace during the process. And you don't see it as a race, against time. Like you're not trying to get to the outcome. And this is where meditation comes in, because I feel it's something that teaches the brain to embody stillness and to focus less about outcome, but where you place your awareness as you are achieving your goals. Are you focusing on the end result, or are you paying attention to how you feel in the present moment as you're getting there? Because if you're so focused on getting there, you will have learned nothing by the time you achieve. And whatever it is you achieve, you will have no experience that will allow you to sustain it and maintain it and multiply it. That is why being present during every moment is so necessary. And being present in the moment doesn't mean shutting off your thoughts, trying to escape your mind or something of that nature because it's thinking about this thing or it's thinking about that thing. No, that's a part of the process, right? Like your reality is going to try to go here and try to go there, try to go everywhere. But as long as you maintain awareness of all that is working in your favor, then I believe you will have already succeeded before you have gotten to the end. Success should never be defined by what you gain in the end. I think it's about what you are providing yourself during the process of getting to the end that allows you to feel this sort of experience of being successful. Because I think success is more of happiness, It's not necessarily something that can be obtained beyond the present moment. Even when you're sad, you can be happy. It's about perspective. Each moment of your life should be seen as a gift. Like I said, even if you're crying your eyes out, you're still alive. And what you give to yourself in that moment while you're bawling your eyes out is what is going to allow you to obtain true happiness, true freedom, because it creates this sort of self-sufficiency. The whole point is to leave no room for moments where you lack awareness of the way your perspective is controlling how every experience you have is manifesting. It's all about your perspective, right? What could be seemingly the worst possible thing that could ever happen to you, with the correct perspective, could be for your most high good, truth. And you giving yourself that perspective in that moment, right, of whatever it is that you're going through, wherever you are, whoever you are in your life right now, being for your highest good, right, is success. That's what you're gifting to yourself. It's interesting because I keep having this thought in my head of Shawn Mendes. I am literally Shawn's biggest fangirl. It's just the truth. There is a version of me that literally cannot contain the joy, I get from just his existence. And I'm thinking about his speech at the Juno Awards, JUNO. And it's the International Juno Award, something like that. And he gave a speech where he was talking about how he thought that what he was accomplishing, that if he accomplished more, then he would be of worth to say he was successful. And then he said he realized that he was a success before he even became famous. And then he went on this kind of extended kind of moment of saying how wherever you are, right, following your dreams, to pay attention to the process, because that's where the joy is. That's where the beauty is, right, in the process. And I love that because, you know, a lot of people, I feel like, perceive people who have a lot of fame and money to be successful. But I think those people are not seen as any more or less worthy of happiness or success than someone who has no fame and no fortune. I believe all are equal in the mind of the Most High. It is about how you perceive yourself, right, and your journey that allows you to experience fulfillment in the highest form, right, which will look different to you than it looks to some famous person. And you know, we are taught that there's glory in having money, fame, and power, but I believe it is a state of experiencing reality that is worshipped by those who have a lack of awareness of their way of life. Celebrities only seem to be, right, of this like glorified way of life because the brain isn't taught that those people have just found their calling. That's it. And it just so happens that along with their calling comes a greater awareness of the reality they are experiencing. But it is not fame which these people, right, these celebrities are experiencing. That's what the human brain will call it. But to liberate, it is simply just a collective experience of a singular realization in a way that benefits all of creation. It allows multiple awarenesses to be awake to a singular potential. For experience, we can use Sean, okay? Sean is a singer, musician, right? He's a rock star, he's a pop star, he's so famous, yeah, okay? And millions of people know him. But if Sean had not realized his way, if he had not realized that he wanted to do music, if he had not realized that there was fulfillment for him through this path of music, no one would be awake to the reality where he is a musician. It is simply just that he became aware, right? He realized his path, and then the universe, right, aligned with him. And so through his awareness, other people were able, right, through his awareness of his path, other people were able to realize his potential as well. It is just simply that. But everyone is like this, right? If everyone followed their path, the entire universe would be famous. And there would be no such thing as celebrities in reality. It's not really a phenomena when you get down to the truth of it all. And people try to make it seem like there is a superiority in having followers, that there is God in being rich. No. And I love that Sean kind of says no. He's saying, like, focus on your way. Focus on the path that you're taking. Because through alignment, right, with your highest good in the present moment of now is what's going to allow you to get to that success faster than you placing your awareness on material prosperity that exists in the future beyond the now, right? It is enslavement of the brain, really, to perceive success as a thing which exists beyond the present moment. And in other words, he's kind of saying like he liberated himself, and he is liberating you. Happiness at any part of your life's journey is the highest form of success you can genuinely achieve. It is not through the money, fame, power, and glory. All those are illusion in this world. Okay, now, I think I'm going to take this Hyper Real Glow palette by MAC. And I'm gonna go on top of what I just did with this gold color and just see what happens, you know? Like, at this point, I'm just venturing, you know? Whoa. I'm really just trying to layer. We're just going with it. Discovering your way of life, right, will be the key to all of your misfortunes. The key to all of your despair, of unlocking the power you have to overcome anything which does not feel like love to you, that is making you unhappy. This is what it looks like. I don't know if I am digging that, but who cares, right? I'm just gonna keep going. Just kind of like randomly place it low key, just to give it like some flavor. So I want to make these like vegan burritos. It's 4th of July, right? Like, and I love solitude. It's like my favorite food. So I'm by myself a lot, you know? I learn so much about who I am and what makes me happy, which is really just me making myself happy. Honestly, when you discover your way, happiness will naturally become your top priority, because your way will be what keeps you happy. And you will learn not to sacrifice your way for anyone, because it's going to be what sustains your happiness, right? It is your key, like I said. It is your superpower when you listen to the Deo within you. What is the Deo? I believe the Deo, like, in the most high definition I can give to somebody who like doesn't know anything about the Deo, like, at all, I would say it is the image of your most high self that is possible for you to realize as all that you are. And when you consciously, constantly, willingly align with this image, right, of your highest, you discover that there is a way, right, that was intended to free you of suffering through the sacrifice of living your life in alignment with any other image of yourself except the Most High. The Deo, right, this image happens through you. It is you. It is all that exists. I'm going to take liner and line my eyes. The more you accept your highest calling, right, like the way of your life, the more you are released of any burdens, right, that may have been passed down through generation, from programming of any system that exists within society, even in your own mind, you know. It is like a fail-proof concept of what life should be like. Yep, and we're going in, head first, into the deep end. Yep. Let's see. Maybe we go up like that. And trust me, like, there are things that will come that you will overcome, and it is a part of the force of the Deo to sort of purge you of anything that is self-destructive, right? That is the whole point, is that the human nature, where we are right now, and the process of evolution is very, very much so like regressive. The brain is programmed to regress and to lack understanding of the self, which is much more powerful than the brain. But the human being is taught to enslave the self and prevent it from progressing and experiencing life from a state of mind that is enlightened about the true nature of reality. I didn't even get to my face yet. You know, it's okay. It's alright. It's alright. It's okay. It's alright. It's okay. I'm going in with Chad again, and we're just gonna use him or her to kind of like set that black down, baby. Set that thing down, baby. That is a thick liner. I'm not gonna hold anyone, but you know, it's a work of art. Reality is taught to be a copy and paste, but when you understand your way, you learn to only rely on original thought, because you will value the experience of your highest good, and thoughts manifest. Can you tell I'm going a little buck wild with the black? But you know how we're gonna fix it is we're gonna kind of go down with this. See like how it's like, yeah, I'm gonna take her and make her a little bit more straight to give the effect I'm looking for. And then we're gonna connect her like that. And look at her, she's a pretty girl. Yeah, and then we can fix it when we want. Just go with the flow, baby, go with the flow. Okay, now we're on to the next eye. You know, I watch a lot of Bob Ross, and he really teaches like the way, okay? Like, he's just like throwing that brush on that canvas, man. He's just dipping in those colors and just going all crazy in his imagination. I'm like, yes. Yes. That is the life I want to live. He's not even thinking twice about those trees he's painting. He's just going on in. And I'm like, absolutely. You know, I think the more you discover the beauty in all of creation, you give yourself the opportunity to truly fall in love with who you are. Because in some ways, all of creation is a part of who you are. You know, the universe is one. Does that make sense? It does, actually. Okay. Okay, you know. She's interesting. We're gonna, you know, get the rest of the face done. I'm very excited about how this look's gonna be at the end. Like, I'm not even going to cap right now. You know, you can truly set yourself free from just being who you are without the need for validation or people to agree with your way. Now I'm just kind of gonna go a little butt wow, man. Or should I use foundation first? It's kind of dark. You see that? Maybe I won't use foundation. I think I'll use this. It's the HD Concealer by Ruby Kiss. I'm gonna take this and clean my edges. You know. Perfecto. Me gusta. You know, the fact of the matter is, I should be fluent in Spanish, right? I've been taking it since I was 4 years old, but you know, the American school system is American, so trying to learn a foreign language, you know, I'm not gonna say it doesn't work, because for some people it does, you know, but for me, no. I got through my like language classes barely. Me and my friends had to like make it shake, okay? We had to find a way, right, to pass these classes so we could graduate. And I think that that's really what it is that like no one really cares if you become fluent as long as like on your, what is it called, your transcript, you have a language on there, then they're just like, okay. And I just think that that's just like blah, you know, because I feel like, why teach these cultures, why teach these languages if, you know, like they're not gonna be even appreciated. We have switched cameras because I ran out of space. I've been recording for a while, so it's okay. I prefer substance over conformity. Now I'm gonna blend this bad boy in like a buffering motion. So like very lightly, very gently, going in circular motions. Okay? very lightly, very gently, going in circular motions. Well, this is a concealer and foundation mixed, so it's pretty heavy coverage, you know, than your average like foundation. I'm honestly not even gonna go under my eye with the brush. I'm just gonna buffer it like this and then go up here like that. The truth is, discovering your way of life takes commitment to discovering the highest love you can give yourself. And then I'm gonna go under my eye with this sponge to blend this under, and then using this to kind of clean this inner space there. I'm picking up excess product on my forehead, but only really on my forehead, you know, kind of want the full coverage down here kind of thing. It's like, as you discover your way of life, you will realize that a lot of people aren't really kind of being the truest version of themselves. Not saying that like, oh, everybody's a hypocrite, but I mean, a lot of personalities in the world are programmed versions of that person because people have trauma. People develop defense mechanisms, people develop, you know, ways of figuring out how to survive, but those ways are not for their highest good, right? It's just to protect them. It's just to keep them in a safe space. But I'm taking this LA Girl Pro Conceal and Warm Honey, and I'm gonna highlight like nobody's business. I like to layer my highlight because I just like a really snatched look, you know? And it's like the more you discover meaning in the way you were intended to live your life, the less energy you will invest into things that no longer serve you, which is not something that the brain is taught to do. And really, when I say brain, in its most simplest form, it's like that inner child. The brain, in reality, is not at fault for what it is programmed to become. It's nobody's fault, really, because those who create sort of corrupt systems and then instill them into the beliefs of the human race, even then, they have a lower awareness of their own highest good. Even if they are fully aware of the corruption, still, right? Anyone who's willing to invest energy into something that they know it does not serve the highest good of all in some way is lacking a greater awareness of self. And it's up to us to realize that not everyone in power is in alignment with their Deo. Some people just fiend for power. And if you desire something enough, you believe you can have it enough, you'll get it. It may cost you your happiness, which is why a lot of people who have power that is unjust to those who are subject to it don't experience oneness on the most high scale, you know? Because there are levels of oneness, you know, but there's oneness with all of creation. That is the most high form of harmony that any individual can experience. And that is only achieved through alignment with decisions that are for the highest good. Sometimes the highest good is no decision, only an awareness of all that is happening. My brush is broken, and go on top of my nose like that, blend the top a little bit, and then go here. Then I'm gonna take this e.l.f. 16-hour camo concealer and put it on my inner corner just to brighten me up, like whoa, like that. And with this, you kind of just want to kind of keep it like in the corner, you know, where you desire for it to be, and then blend it out. Like focus it in one spot and then allow life to kind of do the rest. And then you just blend it. And then I'm taking it onto the bridge of my nose. I mean like the sides of my nose. and then aligning the bridge of my nose, I should say, with the excess concealer as I blend it out, so that it will give the illusion, right, of like a shape of some sort, whatever forms we shall see. And just kind of go with it, you know? Don't want to overthink it too much. I need a little bit more concealer over here under this eye. Now, I'm going to use my setting powder. Okay, this top is Airspun, but it's actually Airspun mixed with this Makeup Revolution baking powder in banana, because I mean, it wasn't like intentional. I used the top of the Airspun to put this in it because this top is kind of small. So when I close it, I just put the top on it, and it mixes with the Airspun. But I like the mixture, you know. It kind of tones the Airspun down, because Airspun can really turn you into a dangerous woman, okay? When the flash comes on, make me feel like a dangerous woman, okay? At times I feel like a butterfly, other times I feel like a cloud in the sky. I think right now I feel like a cloud right now. Just kind of like going with whatever. And so when it comes to the nose, right, you kind of want to like shape it with your powder. I kind of like mine to go in this like shape like that, almost like an hourglass, something like that. And then we just continue. I like a lot of setting powder. I really love concealer in general. She's pretty. You know, I used to like think that showers were superior, like the superior bathing experience, but then I discovered there is almost like a certain level of like self-awareness that is only achieved through being that in touch with your body. Like in a bath, like you're literally like, you have to completely be like in your own space. Not saying that like a shower isn't the same, but you know, with a shower you can just like wash yourself and just like get out. But I feel like a bath kind of gives more of an opportunity to really be one with your body and communicate with your body. It's like time where, you know, your body can tell you things that it needs. So I'm using this Ruby Kiss 3D contour palette powder, and I'm just using this one because it's like the closest to my skin tone. A lot of my products are drugstore, because when I was in high school, well, when I was modeling a lot, I would be on the move a lot, and also sometimes you just have to go for what you can afford, and then I just stuck with it because I like it. As time goes on, I will venture, you know, get adventurous with my choice of product. But right now, this is where I am. And so I'm just using my sponge to set the remainder of my face. Now I'm going to lightly take that same powder and lightly dust my under eye. More of like pat it, like, you know, just to kind of blend it all in. I don't really want to wipe it because I just don't want to move the product in reality, you know? And then just kind of go all over. And now I'm going to bronze. I love using warm colors on my cheeks. So like I have this palette that is like super old, and it's the Nika K. I think that's how you say it, but it looks like this. And it says Perfect 23. And I normally go in with like the warm browns and just kind of mix it different, like a lot of different browns, like this area here, and just kind of go in. It's very pigmented, so a light hand does the job, you know, because can really get a little carried away with this. But yeah, it's just like the color. You can go here. And then, you know, a lot of like life is a cycle of death, living, being reborn, dying, living, being reborn, dying, living, being reborn. Like, it's a consistent process, right? Of like allowing yourself to release parts of who you are that no longer sustain your happiness, that no longer sustain your vitality, that no longer work with the way, right, you are choosing to live your life, that no longer work with the way you are choosing to perceive yourself. And sometimes those parts of you exist as other people, or it can exist as I'm gonna go back into this powder 3D contour palette, and I'm gonna take this sort of darker shade. Yeah, I'm gonna take this darker shade and kind of have some fun with that, just to deepen me up. Sometimes it can be ideas that you have, like I said, relationships, career paths. That's a lot of color. It's okay. We're gonna blend her. You know, we're gonna blend her, or we won't. Maybe we want a little bit of a harsh kind of cheek there. You know, maybe that's our vibe. Maybe that's our vibe. I'm really excited to like make these like taco things, like my homemade burrito vegan taco situation. I don't know how it's gonna turn out. Into the hairline as well, especially if you're wearing like your hair not updo, you really want to go around your forehead and really like get in there. Okay. You know, and my body changes so much. That's why like I find so much value in like taking any opportunity I can to spend more time with my body, like baths, like meditation, things of that nature, because you get to understand how your body is changing too, you know, how your body is growing, how your body is also discovering its way to blending. Absolutely. We are going to blend more using that original color that I used to set my face, and just dip my brush in that a little bit and kind of just very lightly. Actually, I'm definitely applying force, so I'm just really bluffing it all out, okay? Bluffing it all out. And then I'm gonna cut at the bottom using a much lighter powder. Maybe like this one. I would use my Airspun. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. This one has a little bit of a tint to it. And the way you place your powder is definitely gonna determine the way your cheek kind of looks. But I'm placing mine in like an angle to give me like a more effect. Yep, just like that. That face, exactly. And I love doing things for myself, like just doing things that make me happy, you know. Happiness is self-care. And the more you discover your way, like you would naturally be inspired by your higher self to do things that will increase your vibration and allow you to perceive where you are in your journey as ideal, because you will be gifting to yourself love. Now, I'm going to contour my nose. Less of contour, more of like bronze, like how I did my cheeks, with like a brown like that. And genuinely, I'm gonna barely touch my nose. Barely touch it. But I'm gonna blend it here. Oh, who am I kidding? I'm literally laying the color. But the thing is, I only want it, do you see, like how it's kind of only getting on like literally the tip of my bridge of my nose, like the highest point. That's